It's the 25th anniversary of Back to the Future Part 2. What a day in movie history. Not only has it been 25 years since we've seen one of the best films in the entire trilogy, but it's also been 25 years since we've seen some of the hottest gadgets we expect to use next year. Power lacing shoes, hoverboards, food hydrators, you name it, we all want this stuff. But to some people's knowledge, some gadgets shown in this movie actually exist now. And here's what Doc Brown has to say about that. We're not talking about the big, bulky equipment that we all remember the most, but all the minor gadgets that made a few brief appearances in the movie. So put down that sleep-inducing alpha rhythm generator and that copy of Jaws 19, because right now, it's 11 things Back to the Future Part 2 gave us before 2015. Let's start the count. Number 1. Video communication. During the scene in the Future McFly residence, Needles and Old Marty talk face-to-face on a video-style phone application. Recently, services like Apple FaceTime and Skype have taken advantage of this technology. But if we could get on-screen text for the person's favorite sports, drinks, hobbies, address, wives, food dislikes, and other miscellaneous information, we'd be one step ahead. Number 2. Biometric security. When the Hill Valley police officers returned the 1985 Jennifer to her 2015 home, they used her thumbprint to access a door-lock thumbpad. The thumbpad was also seen on the currency device when Old Biff exits the taxi, and the Wild Gunman machine used thumbprint currency instead of being on free play in early drafts of the script. Biometric doorknobs are currently on the market, and they work just like they do in the film. If only AT&T can market them. Number 3. Flat screen TVs and multi-channel viewing. When Marty Jr. returns to the McFly residence, he watches 6 channels at once on a wall-mounted flat-screen television. Since the mid-1960s, small flat TV screens were invented, but it wasn't until around 2005 when LCD and plasma flat screens replaced the traditional cathode ray tube TVs. And yes, these can be mounted on walls. And about the multi-channel bit, in 2009, DirecTV created GameX for the NCAA basketball season, which allowed people to watch up to 4 channels at once until the tournament was over. Ironically, DirecTV hired Christopher Lloyd for the role of Doc Brown that same year to recreate the scene after Marty goes back to the future in Part 1 to advertise their service. That same year, again, Cablevision launched QuickView, which allows people to watch up to 9 channels at once. Number 4. Flexible screens. In the Future McFly residence, there's a projector-like screen that can be pulled down over a window like a blind or curtain and can show images just in the style of an ordinary TV. In the early 2010s, Sony created an OLED, or organic light-emitting diode, display that was flexible and virtually indestructible from falls or crushing. Eventually, Samsung got the idea for AMOLED displays, either flexible or transparent. And unlike Sony, they have plans to put them on the market. But if they can make one that was projector-sized, all we need now is a scenery channel. Number 5. Video glasses. At the dinner scene with the Future McFly family, Marty Jr. and Marlene, the daughter, are submersed in electronic video glasses, which also include the capability to make and receive phone calls. To Marty Jr., the glasses aren't like the multi-channel TV, as he can only watch 2 channels at once.
Here. Put your damn glasses on, huh? Dad, I can only watch 2 shows at once on these things.
So how could this become real? 2 words. Google Glass. Number 6. Tablet computers. After Marty attempts to return the hoverboard to the little girl, an old Terry, played by Charles Fleischer, walks up to him and asks him to pay via thumbprint to help save the clock tower. What's interesting is that the thumbpad on what looks like a tablet computer is also the one on the currency device that the taxi driver uses. Once again, Apple got the jump on this with the iPad, a giant version of their iPod Touch. Number 7. Sequel 3D remake movie obsession. When Marty's walking around the 2015 Hill Valley Courthouse Square, he sees a Holomax movie theater playing Jaws 19. This statement has been proven true for years and today. I mean, look at these movies. Amazing Spider-Man 2, Godzilla, Star Wars Episode 7, The Final Destination. Hollywood practically lives off sequels and remakes. Spielberg practically predicted the future truly here. But if we could get 15 more Jaws movies and holographic movie technology, it might not be half bad.
Shark still looks fake.
Number 8. Hands-free gaming. At the Cafe 80s, Marty shows the little kids how the Wild Gunman arcade machine works. But they criticize him because of the use of a handheld gun.
You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
However, they never mention what kind of futuristic video games they played. And many companies attempted this once the movie came out. For example, there's Broderbund with their U-Force, Sega with their Activator, and most well known, Microsoft and their Xbox Kinect. But according to this movie, their gaming technology might be more advanced than ours. Number 9. Slam Ball. If you look close in the newspaper for the USA Today story about Griffin and his gang getting arrested, there's a couple of headlines for an unknown sport called Slam Ball. In the early script, it's a ball sport played on an anti-gravity magnetic field, which was supposed to be the original use for the Nike mags. The sport's even listed on the back of the Gray's Sports Almanac. But in 2002, this concept and its name would be taken into reality. In real life, Slam Ball would become what it looked like if you combined Sky Zone with basketball. So, in other words, it's basically basketball with trampolines. Enough said. Number 10. A Miami baseball team. The holographic sportscast Old Terry Shows Marty features the Cubs winning the World Series against an unnamed Miami team. No team such existed in 1985 or 1989, but in 1993, the Florida Marlins was founded in Miami and eventually changed their name to Miami Marlins in 2011. The false prediction about this, though, is that their mascot is not an alligator. Number 11. Smart clothing. You can keep your bulky, auto-adjusting, and auto-drying jacket, but these clothes seem to rank higher and more well-designed than it. There's a hooded sweatshirt that changes colors to express your mood, a real-life invisibility cloak, a shirt that never gets stained, a vest that will simulate video game injuries, shoes that communicate with iOS devices, and an Intel shirt that detects vital signs. It seems companies will use any article of clothing to use as a futuristic way of life. Well, that's the list. Be sure to like this video, favorite it, and subscribe to the channel. And you can also add this to your playlist and share it with your friends. And next time, be sure to watch the birdie.